Wendy, if you want to go.
Okay. My name's Wendy Bowles. I work at Canopolis State Park, and I'm here to talk about Canopolis State Park, our Over the Ears photo contest, and Best of America by Horseback video that they did at Canopolis. So I've dubbed the Kansas State Park trails the Over the Ears trails. Only people at Equifest understand that, and horseback riders, but that's okay. We have a couple brochures that are all-inclusive, so people don't have to pick up a whole bunch of stuff. We have a rack card, Kansas State Parks Over the Ears, and on the back it has all of our contact information for the parks that have horse facilities. And we work together with the Kansas Horse Council and the Trail Grant money to produce this book that has everything in it for state parks and all the other horse amenities within the state of Kansas. So there's a book that's all-inclusive that's edited and put out by the Kansas Horse Council and paid for by Wildlife and Parks. Best of America by Horseback. They run a special program on RFD TV called Best of America by Horseback, and it is just what it sounds like. They travel the United States, go to different horse facilities, and they do these promotional videos. They do charge people to ride in the ride, but then they get to be on TV. So they came to Canopolis State Park. Richard and Tracy McIntyre went to a ride at Eisenhower State Park and talked with Tom Say and Del Shields and company and talked them into coming to Canopolis last October. They were a little reluctant, but Richard's relentless, so they went ahead and showed up. And Tom said he was happy that they did. So this is the Best of America by Horseback for Canopolis State Park. I don't even remember why I put that slide in there, to be honest with you. So, Best of America also did another one, the Destinations of Kansas. So they did a little blip about the state as a whole, and they've got some private Flint Hills trails and things like that in there as well. They did one for Eisenhower State Park. This is the type of terrain they have, that and flatlands. And they did a video for Eisenhower State Park as well. And then they came to Canopolis. And our terrain is a little bit more varied. I think we've got about the same number of miles of trail as Eisenhower. So the video for Canopolis State Park is on here. I just have to figure out how to get there. Where do I have to go from here?
It's on the bottom.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. I see it. This is about 20 minutes long. If you get bored with it, I can fast forward to, or you can just watch the whole thing. It's not bad.
Up to you. I've been there.
Well, their take on it was kind of nice because they've never actually been there before, and they kind of passed over Kansas because of Kansas' reputation as flat and boring. So, I mean, Richard really had to do some talking getting to Kansas, and then from Eisenhower, and then he had to talk to the governor of Canopolis because, just another place in Kansas. But
Canopolis is so different that you don't expect that from Kansas.
yeah, and that's exactly what he said. He's like, I would have never guessed.
That's why I took friends that were Texans down, and we went over to the drive-in theater and stuff
So
too.
did you? Good.
And I was like, this will be something that
Welcome to
they
Best
think
of America by
Kansas is
Horseback.
boring. And
I'm
like, no,
Tom
look at these
C.
big rocks. Like,
On this
Texas
episode,
too.
we're visiting Canopolis State Park in Kansas. It has 15,000 acres of rolling hills and bluffs and woods and a reservoir for recreational use. The horse trails here take visitors through the high prairie as well as through unique terrain you would not expect to see in Kansas. Places with names like Horse Thief Canyon and Red Rock Canyon, a sandstone canyon that'll take your breath away. The Rocking K Campground is designed for equestrians. Many of the horse trails and campground amenities come from the help of volunteer equestrians, raising money for expansion and and actually providing the
That's
labor
Richard
to
up
build
there. Well-
and maintain those trails and camping facilities. Richard and Tracy McIntyre have been an integral part
I
of the
haven't been out
volunteer
there in
effort
horses
here at
in years,
Kannapolis
but we
State
went
Park.
a loop
They
through the
invited us
campground.
here to
Wow,
explore this
looks
unique
really
Kansas
nice.
State
Yeah.
Park.
And we got
I think
41
you'll enjoy
pens
this
now,
show.
too, so
Stay
we've got
tuned for our
a pen
visit
for every
to
side.
Kannapolis
Oh,
State
wow.
Park in Kansas.
They did 2 days of riding at Canoblis. Ordinarily, they just do one. So Richard was able to get him all the way out to Red Rock Canyon.
Oh, wow.
And so they got some good footage there. And this is the canyon trails, heading out that way.
Yeah, we just hiked the loop that takes you out to the little caves
Oh, right.
and then came back by the horse path.
They've got a couple
Sure.
shots of the
On this
caves, too.
episode
That's-
of
that's
Best
the
of
cave
America
on
by
Blacktop.
Horseback, Tom C. and Dale Shields are in Kansas, riding with viewers at Kannapolis State Park, the first state park established in Kansas. This state park has a designated equestrian campground and horse trails through
Yeah,
terrain
unfortunately,
not
Drive the
typical
Drone
of
crashed.
other
It was
parts
towards
of
the end
Kansas.
the second day, but he did crash his drone.
Oh, no.
The park has plenty of wildlife. A 7,000-acre reservoir with recreational use. A wildlife area, and lots of trail riding.
Can you pack out and just camp in the
Wendy,
wildlife
how
area?
big is your
No,
pond?
that's a core regulation.
pond is about
I've been trying
7,000
for over
acres.
20 years to get a remote
The
campground.
wildlife
I just
area
can't
where
get
the
past
trails
the
are, we've got about
core
5,000
area
acres there and about
There's
2,000
a
acres in the
barn
park.
there I'd like to
So
do.
the trails actually,
Because we were
Got about
looking at that,
6,000
how far it
acres
was
of
to
trails.
hike out there. We're
Your
like,
favorite
can
trail
you
is?
Red Rock
spend the
Canyon.
night, just primitive camp?
Not
Tell me
yet.
about
I'm still
history
working on
of
it.
it.
I haven't given up.
What are some of the attributes there?
This part of the country was traversed by nomadic Indian tribes of all descriptions, and it was also traversed a lot by the military that came through here. Fort Harker is in the town of Kannapolis. Bill Cody came through here. Custer came through here. Red Rock Canyon is actually a spot where Bill Cody left his signature. So in a nice little hidden spot up there, there is a Cody signature. But what's different about Red Rock Canyon is this whole area is sandstone. It's a unique color for that particular canyon, and it's due to iron deposits that are higher than the rest of the sandstone in the park. So it's just one of those things you don't expect to see in central Kansas. You come down off of a pasture and you look down into this canyon where there's a long time creek that's spring fed, and you see these big red rock formations.
So people who think Kansas is just one big field is in for a surprise when they come here.
Very much so.
There's Red Rock. We've got a couple of crossings like that. There's 10 water crossings, but 2 of them are like that. And they can be avoided.
Do you have to do much to maintain those water crossings, or
Not really.
stay being pretty good?
The beaver are what keep it so deep, and I have in the past lowered them, and people are like, there's no water. So,
When no one else is
I just let
around,
the
you
beavers
can
have
go
that.
anywhere you want to in the park. Just have some free time. What's the favorite place in this park?
that's the
that you like
cave
to
we
go?
went to behind that.
For me,
tree is where
it's
the cave
Indian
is.
Rock Lookout.
Right there.
From there, you can see the river coming into the lake. You can see big rock bluffs and the rolling hills and part of the canyons. And to me, that reminds me of one of my favorite movies.
When you're here riding in this particular park, are you worried about Iraq or Afghanistan or Congress or any of that stuff?
We don't even think about that when we're up here. It's just peace and quiet. It is just very, very calm here.
What does that do for somebody's health?
I think you come up here and you get away from work, and everybody feels better when they're up here. And then when you're riding your horse, I think you're having therapy, both physically and mentally.
That's Richard on his little path, though.
Tracy, the first time you saw this park, tell me about it.
I thought it was a very beautiful place. We brought our horses up here to get them ready for the mountains, and it's so different, but it's got everything that the mountain has. It has the flatlands, it has the sand, it has water crossings, it has rocks. And we started going here and getting our horses conditioned for the mountains.
Ignore the guy that's riding.
What is it about these trails that you like the most?
The diversity. You got different spots, different terrain.
Ron
You don't
lives
see the
just
same
south
thing
of
twice.
Park, and he's been riding up there before the trail's even established. So he's one of our main guys for the trail rides because he knows it as well or better than I do.
Look at the views.
The different types of trails
Guy
here.
riding the great big
We have
mule
trails
is David
anybody
Rowe.
can ride, and we have trails that are more challenging.
He's not
Is that pretty accurate?
That is true.
I have to ask my mother, but I'm pretty sure it's the same economics. Tried to take a nap and lay down and roll.
Probably. Probably right back behind there on that big wide sand trail.
We having fun yet?
Why does the public love and respect this park so much?
We reach so many different user groups, and somehow the way everything's set up, everybody has their own space, and all these different user groups have their own focus on
It's literally just down there.
what they like to do, and they take pride in that too. And knowing having this park here,
This mom had kids and grandma.
they take pride in it, and they want to keep it clean or help volunteer hours, volunteer helping us build stuff. And I think it's that pride, kind of a community pride, that really makes people want to take care of it.
The groups that are supportive of you and Wendy in the park, that's a real deal, isn't it?
Yes, it shows by what Richard and Tracy are doing here, bringing you guys here. With the trail system, you have your different user groups. We have trail runners that do ultra marathons on the trails. They come out, they weed eat, they pick up any litter that's on the trails. They put in a lot of hours. They're proud of it, and they're willing to help us keep it going.
How important is it to work with people like Richard and horse groups to be supportive of the things that you like to have here?
Without the horse group volunteers and without the trail volunteers, because I have another faction of trail volunteers that are runners and mountain bikers as well, without them, there's no way I could do any of this. Richard and Tracy have adopted the campground and the horse trail faction of the trails
And they
as
allow
well.
y'all to work here.
They do.
Okay.
Yeah, they let us help them out once in a while. Yep.
What can people do to help with everything here at the park, in your opinion?
Participate and donate, volunteer. We always need lots of volunteers. We're trying to make Canopolis updated like some of these newer horse camps. Canopolis is the oldest. It's kind of slacking in some upkeeping. And so that's when we stepped in and adopted the trail and the camp to get this up to par with everybody else. And we still want to do some electrical and some water, and that takes money to do.
Somebody at home watching that had friends or family in the horse world would like to dedicate a parking spot or whatever in memory of somebody. You put a sign up.
Well, if somebody wanted to do that, wouldn't be any problem at all to put a sign up in memory of somebody.
This particular campground, the Rock and K Horse Campground, we built specifically for horses. We have 41 sites here, 15 with water, 10 with no utilities at all, and the rest have electric and water. We do have 4 handicap sites that have 50 amp hookups. We do have 2 horse mounting ramps. We have a shelter. We have a dance floor at our shelter. We have barbecue grills. We have 3 wash bays for horses. We recently added 15 corrals, so we currently have 1 corral for every campsite in the park. So we try to keep them up to date, keep people happy here.
As part of the opening ride ceremonies at Canopolis State Park, Paula Fisher signed the words to the Star-Spangled Banner.
We appreciate you honoring the veterans, honoring our flag and our country in the way that you did. Thank you for being part of Best of America by Horseback.
I'm very grateful that you guys asked me to do this. I was thrilled. I enjoyed this. I was very grateful to be able to come here and honored to be here.
Richard and Tracy McIntyre provided a welcome dinner for the riders on Friday evening.
And Saturday evening and breakfast Sunday morning.
Bonnie broke line.
Tom, go, Richard.
They thanked riders for coming out and their volunteers, and recognized a few outstanding individuals, including Ron Hunt and Kathy Foster, who volunteer a great deal of time working on projects and promoting the horse industry in general.
Ron's sneaking away. Foster, Kathy Foster. She's been doing the horse council and everything else.
Helping us here.
With the horse industry and everything for years and mules. And we'd like to give her a round of applause. Thank you.
To wrap up a great first day, Del Shields entertained with cowboy music and song.
Packed my saddles loaded, old guitars against the wall. Hate to leave this old funk house, it's been a real fine home. The trailer's hooked up to my pickup boys, it's time for me to roam. Gone out for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Jim changed the last one. I walked right by him 3 or 4 times. He was like, hey.
Do I know you?
Tables in my pocket, I'll have to spin this slow.
Changed him back.
This is not your face. Put it back down.
Off my spare pony, but a cowboy's gotta live. I won't beg, steal, or borrow, I'll give all I have and give. Headed down this dusty road, so lonely I could cry. If I knew where I was going, I might find the will to try. Gas tank showing empty, only spinning 2. Sierra, I'm real sorry I rode away from you.
Tom C. and Del Shields are visiting Canopolis State Park in Kansas.
Let's spin up a little bit. They weren't really.
This park offers something for everyone, with a reservoir for recreational boating and fishing, marinas and boat ramps, picnic shelters,
I
RV
was surprised how
campgrounds,
close the deer came to
an
us.
equine campground, rental cabins overlooking the lake,
I have to wait for them to get out of the way.
and hiking, biking, and equestrian
Yeah, when we were
trails.
leaving, they were just chilling in
Today's
the
ride
road.
was at Red Rock Canyon. It's a beautiful place with a lot of red sandstone rocks out there. It's kind of a neat place. You will never see anything that looks like that. A lot of red rocks stacked up. Some nice water crossings. Some nice hills to climb up and down. It's an easy trail to ride, but it's not a real easy trail to ride.
Second part of the show, we're going to be visiting where?
Horse Thief Canyon. It's a great place. Supposedly, there's been some outlaws in there that have even hidden some money out. Nobody has found it. Jesse James was here supposedly hiding money. We'll be riding the rim of it. There's some beautiful rock formations, some caves and stuff. It is a great ride. It's not a long ride, but it is a great ride, especially take your family on.
Richard and Tracy and other volunteers host a spring and fall trail ride at Canopolis State Park to raise money towards updating and expanding the horse facilities. Canopolis State Park operates off of user fees. The more people who use the park, the more money is available for expansion and improvement of the park amenities.
I want a little deeper question about what this park really means to you. I don't know of anybody that I've seen that's more dedicated to this park than you are, and you absolutely love it. Why?
To get away from work and come up here, the stress just melts away. And then, like I said before, we train horses here to go to the mountains. But this, we spend a great deal of our time here.
Someday when people are sitting around the campfire talking about you, what do you hope they'll remember?
Hopefully, maybe they'll be interested in chipping in and helping the park continue on taking care of stuff.
Do you ever realize your leadership skills and just doing things by example? You ever think about it?
No, we just know what needs to get done, and we come up here a lot of times, and sometimes we have some volunteers and sometimes we don't. But you know, it's all over time. It's taken us 7 years to get where we're at right now.
I sincerely appreciate you and Tracy for what you guys do and your dedication to the park, leaving it for future generations and a place for future kids to come to and people to horseback ride. I just admire you greatly. And if somebody wants to donate to the park or help you with your work or volunteer, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, they can call the park to donate any money to the Rock and K Campground or to Canopolis State Park itself. Or they can, if they want to volunteer their time, they can get a hold of me at 620-727-3409.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Best of America by Horseback. If you'd like to find out where we're riding next or how you might join us, visit our website, www.bestofamericabyhorseback.com, and look at our schedule. Also, you can find us on Facebook, and you can push the like button. And you can watch our past episodes of Best of America by Horseback on our YouTube channel. I'm Tom C. Thank you so much for watching.
I'm gonna run out real quick so they can do a live video to give away the TV.
Okay.
But I'll come back up here because I want to see who the picture was. Since there's quite a crowd.
Well, at Canopolis
State Park. There's a few things we'd still like to do with the funds we have and the grant money I still have on hand. We've got palings and sand to put in the pins we just built. We need to get water over there, a fire pit at the shelter house, install some new signs. One says no saving pins and the other says please scoop your poop. We need to continue mowing, marking, and trimming, and some windstorm cleanup. We have some blow down trees, so those are some things we need to work on still. The over-the-ear photo contest entries and results. Last year's winners were Chelsea and Cody Stefik with this photo of Kanawha State Park. You may have noticed this picture on some of the literature here at Equifest. This year we had David Sparks, took number 1 picture at Kanawha. Number 2 picture was Eileen Groundinker from Rock Creek at Clinton Lake. Number 2, Alexa at Deep Creek over at Tuttle Creek. We have Sherry that took a photograph at Kanawha State Park. Jessica Boykman, Milford. Dana at Pawnee Prairie Park. Jim Thomas at Flint Hills. And I guess that was our ranger from Eisenhower in the photograph. We had Katie that took a picture of Kanawha. Sue at Randolph at Tuttle Creek State Park. Tammy at Lacine Lake. Randy Purdue at Milford State Park. Elsie at Kanawha State Park. Kyle at Big Hill State Park, or Big Hill State Lake, sorry, not a state park. Charlie at Kanawha. Rachel Eve at Hillsdale. Cheryl Thomas at Lake Scott, which is a beautiful place if nobody's been there. You haven't been there. I wish I could pronounce her name. Marika. She took this from her horse at Kanawha. And the winner is Rachel E. from Hillsdale State Park, who got 36 votes, which was the most. So we'll be contacting her to give her her prize of 2-night stay at any of the state parks with a horse campground, and then I've got a bag with some t-shirts and stuff in it. So, from all our friends at Kanawha State Park, come and enjoy the trails, and that's what Ashley, Lacey, Travis, Aaron, and Jim say. The end.